course, this is going to be a tips and tricks video for Minecraft for builders and the like. So I'm basically going to show you a little trick. Basically, I done a video yesterday, kind of made of a mock-up house because I was just showing somebody before. If you are basically going to build a house or anything like that, you want to be able to choose your colors and stuff like that. But if you do it in creative, you want to choose your blocks that you're going to use right off the hop. So you're not going to be you're not going to be messing around trying to figure out exactly what to be doing. So I'm just going to show you exactly as an example, basically of the house I was building yesterday. But I'm going to show you when it's actually fully completed. Like I said, I was only doing a mock-up house yesterday. I was trying to actually show just another person how to build a decent house at the beginning for survival and also creative. Basically, I'm going to be repeating myself the same build. So you'll have to give me a moment to basically set this one up and be able to keep it continuing from there. Now, okay, I'm gonna, yeah, I need 3, then I need 1, 2, 3. I'm also going to show you how to build a modern house too. Very easy, very easy when it comes to it, because people be like, it's simple. Like I say, when it comes to building houses, building buildings, building different things like that, I'm after building cities and stuff like that in Minecraft. It just takes a bit of time, and if you got the time enough to be into building and stuff like that, you'll be able to continue on from there. So, yeah, you'll see what I'm going to be doing, and I'm just going to build this really quickly because of the fact that I don't want to spend too much time on this one because it's just what it is. So, without further ado, about halfway done in the front. So I'm going to do my measurements first. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. This makes enough room for boxes and stuff like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21. And you're going to ask me, why so big? Well, if you're in a survival world, you want to have as much space as possible. Because if you put in chests and stuff like there, you get worry about creepers, you got to worry about different things like that. You do not want to be worried about that at all. So you want to be able to make something quick, easy, and a little bit snappy, because of the fact that you'll find what you can actually do overall for build for this build type. Right. I'm almost about halfway done. Now, reason being, I never made it wider than this because I'm looking for aesthetics, and that's just it. When I'm actually looking for aesthetics, I'm looking for places to pot a, say, a flower pot or anything else. Now, I could make this one more wider if I decide to do so. To say, if I make this window a little bit wider, so I'll just go with one more and go down straight through, and that'll fix the problem right quick, because now I can actually make this to the 3 on the side. It doesn't matter about what you do on the side of the house itself and whatnot when you actually build. And it really doesn't, because the thing is, the wider your sides are, the more you can actually do. So so I'm gonna say, because I needed 2. There's a reason for that, because when you get overlay on the windows and stuff like that, you'll be able to actually do it this way, because of the fact when it comes to like the size of your house and the detail and stuff like that. The bigger your front of your house is, the more detail you can put in there, of course. Like I said, when it comes to building straight up, you want to be able to do it this way because it makes it a lot easier to actually understand what to do. So I'm going to go along and dig this out. Now, if you've got a furnace or whatever the case may be running, what you want to do, and I tell you, if you've got like, or even a silk touch pickaxe. Now, if you want to do with the extra aesthetic, you could actually do it this way because of the fact that it's super easy and super fun to do. What I mean by fun to do is just basically putting an easy aesthetic to the bottom of your house. And I'll show you what I mean in a second once I get this cleared. Alright. So once I get this cleared here, I'm going to clear this out, but I'm only clearing out the front. That's all I care about. So I'm going to clear out this block here. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go along and use basically this block here. Let me see. Nope. Nope, not that one. I'm looking for, well, I could use that if I want to use it aged. But I don't want aged. I can use cobblestone. I'm looking for that one specific block. I think it's there. If it is not here, I can actually search it up here. Stone. This makes it super easy in here. So we're gonna look for stone. So we got smooth stone, we got regular stone. Well, I got infested stone. No, we don't want any infested stone. We want just the regular stone. Reason being is, when you take the regular stone, you can make your house look like you got a basement. See, very easy, very aesthetically. So basically, you can make this like 2 levels, 3 levels, whatever the case may be. And once you do that, you want to go around your house, do that. So when it comes to like the aesthetics and the very ease of build, this is what I normally do and survival. I look at all this, the aesthetics of real house, the real houses that's around me. So I'm not actually struggling with anything. So when I'm actually building something that looks nice and basically polished and looks basically looks a little bit more realistic when it comes to it. So like I said, I try to use realism as much as I can in Minecraft, even though it's not much realism in it. Well, I know there's ray tracing packs and stuff, and that for PC, that changes the that's a game changer. But when you actually got the console, you are very limited, at least to the PlayStation 4. So when you actually do this detail itself, and you want to be able to put this right around your house. So basically what you want to look at, if you look at the front of your house and look at the side of your house, you want to know how much storage you're going to need. And that's pretty much it. This is basically a survival house itself, as I said before in the other video. Basically, it's called a snap. Basically, a snap 2 house because it's very easy to build, and it doesn't take that much time. And to get the aesthetics of it is very easy. So it's very basically it's not a great huge consumption of resources either, because of the fact that you can do so much detail with very little resources. So if you're resource strained or anything like that, or you don't have a silk touch pickaxe or anything right away, this is something you can actually do very easy. So now you don't need to make it this big. I'm making it this big because I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by storage and storage capacity. Now I could make it smaller. I can make it 13 by 13. That's what I've got my other world done on my server. Because of the fact that I needed only 13 by 13 because I got 2 levels of the building, and it made it a lot easier to do. But like I said, the bigger it is, the more resources it will carry over. Starting to feel like I'm playing Mario Maker again. Oops. All right. We're looking at this itself and saying, what can we do here? But what I'm going to do is take this concept and as I said before, when it comes to very easy builds, this one is actually pretty simple. So I'm going to use a little bit of that. I'm also going to use, that would work. Okay. You basically want to alternate your colors too for your slides, because if you got all the same color for your house, it just looks horrible, no matter how you're doing it. So basically, if you get the same color over and over, you just end up basically, it just looks boring to that point. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take these two out. I'm going to make these black. There's a reason for that. I'll show you that in a moment. Actually, I showed it in the other video. But I'll show you exactly what this looks like when it's finished. With the enchantment table and everything else in it, so you'll get the gist of it. There's a way easier way doing this. So go block by block, but okay. So now I'm going to take, I can take this right there to there. So I'm going to do this. I'm also going to do this. I'm going to go right around these windows. Make it super, super nice and easy. So I'm going to go so far with the patio, or whatever the case may be, by doing it this way. Now, as I said before, you can actually get really aesthetic with this and do different builds or different designs. Like, I mean, you gotta remember, you're dealing with, you can level it, like I'm doing here, or, like, I mean, you can decorate the sides. I'll show you here. I showed what I mean by decorate. Basically, decorating the size of a balcony is just leaving 1 square or 2 squares or 3 squares. Basically, you always need to leave an odd number. Like if it's 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, so on and so forth. So I'm going to just leave these out for now. And what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to actually do it even better again, because I'm going to go along and make this even to the door. Because I do not want to have that gap. So I'm going to go along here. Then I'm going to go along and fill this in so much. And I'm going to come out to here. Now it looks like a patio. Now what I'm going to do here is fill in with the windows too. So I could use dirt. I could use multiple different things to make it work. So I'm going to do it this way. And where the heck is my dirt? No, 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 no. That is not dirt. That's oak. No. I might have to do a search. Oh, no, there it is. Now I can use grass block, or I can use the other. I can use straight up dirt, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to use grass block because it's easy to grab. Now, let's go like that. Now I could put this even lower, this patio even lower, if I really wanted to. If I wanted to do this type of aesthetic, I'll show you exactly what I mean. I'll drop this one down one more level. And now what I can do here, I can use trapdoors in this. I'm looking for it. Oh. I want to use the dark oak, because dark oak, to me, I'm using the city texture pack, so it's going to look a little different for you guys, but you'll get the gist of it. Like dark oak will give you like a solid color, and it'll give you a lot more to do with. So I don't want to leave a gap between, so I'm going to drop this by one level. So I'm going to go and drop this just like this. So I'm going to take this completely out to this point, and I'm going to go back and rebuild this patio once again. I'm just showing you as an example. So basically, if you're doing a design or aesthetics, you'll be able to do it this way. And I'll show you what those things are for in a second. Yeah. Okay. A lot of this stuff is going to be hidden. A lot of this stuff is going to be on the top. I got to rebuild that. Leave that square out. There's a reason why I'm leaving that square out for now. I'll show you in a moment. No, I don't need to worry about the underneath here as much. So I'm going to go along and just fill this in right here. So not wasting time on rebuilding every single block. I'll show you exactly what this does in a second. As I was saying yesterday, there's that many tutorial videos on how to build. And a lot of people would like to build in Minecraft, but the problem is you're stuck with very limited videos out there. And this is basically, well, you can get the advanced buildings, but I mean for survival and just the simple technique stuff is what I do myself, because I don't like wasting time and a mass build, even though I can actually do it. But some people, like I said, got the time to do a mass build and love to be able to build the biggest thing you can ever think of. Now, let me see, now I'm going to go to do it this way. Now, I'll show you exactly what this does for me now. I'm just going to put this down here like this. Now, I'm going to show you a little trick here. Now, I'm going to go along and put this right here. Take this out right here. Then I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to put that there like that. And voila. Then we got a double patio. Kind of. So with a stairwell coming in to your house. So we're going to go directly to your door. And we got it leveled. Now, the thing is, when it comes to it, I'll show you a little trick too with fences. Now, what you want to do, as long as it's level, you got to remember this, you got to have exactly square height. What I mean by square, not a half slab or anything like that because it will not work. So I'm gonna use some oak fence for this, and I'm going to go around. Actually, no, I'm not gonna use the oak fence because it's going to be too blendy. What am I doing? Okay, I'm going to use. I'm gonna use some spruce because I haven't used spruce yet. I'm gonna use some spruce leaf. No, I'm already. Let me see. What am I using here? Okay. No, I can't use spruce. So I gotta use something the opposite of whatever else I'm using. Birch, I could use that. Yeah, I'll use that one. Because it's a lighter color. And I'll show you exactly what I mean by doing it this way. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one there. Now I'm gonna leave a gap here because and stuff like that. Now, why did I stop building the house? Well, I'm not gonna worry about that just yet. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Reason being is, I'll show you what I'm doing that for in a little bit. Now, I'm going to build this over. Whoops. Well, I pretty much got the front almost completed. Now, if you're into survival, I would not recommend doing what I just did with the doors and stuff. I would leave at least the door as a door and leave windows and stuff like that solid until you actually get things going. Because of the fact that you'll have like creepers and stuff like that spawning inside, or you got zombies and everything else trying to get in. So you don't want to have that. You don't want to be messing with that. At least if you got low gear and stuff like that, or doing something else. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, if you're worried about the floor, the flooring itself, like I said, I can make the top and bottom. Like, I mean, right now, at the size of my building, I can make the top, like the front and the back exactly the same. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to basically repeat myself twice on the same build. So what I'm going to do, if I wanted to have like 2 entrances, it's stuff like that, I could have that very easily. Whoops. Yeah, I wish I had ray tracing packs in here because it's like, whoa, it's crazy. But there's no ray tracing on PS4, so we're stuck with what we got. Oh, another thing too, you can actually mix and match your type of resource pack too, if you want to change up the way certain things look. But you gotta watch it for doing that because it does take up quite a bit of size on your platform, so or on your world. So you gotta be very careful with that. So now I'm going to go along and do this, and do that. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make an upstairs. So I'm going to take 2 from the top. I can make a double window here or make a single. So I'm going to actually do a double. So I'm going to do double window here. And yes, I don't need to worry about as much because it's only looking down. Now, if I wanted to, I could actually put a door in here instead of that. So just say if I wanted to go along, instead of just putting a window here, I could go along and do it this way. I can make a double patio by doing that. So I can actually do Well, I'm not going to, like I said, I could use cobblestone around these windows and stuff like that. If I was doing a medieval build, um, and I could do it that way. So I'm going to go along and do it this way for now. So I'm going to go along and put a window here. And I want the windows to be always taller than my door. Reason being is I don't want everything looking exactly the same. Now, the thing is, now I'm going to use these blocks here. I'm going to start doing my top patio. And to make it super simple, right? I'm going to match this one up. But now you're going to see you're going to need it, you're going to have a gap here. So you want to fill that up like that. So you want to fill up every single gap itself when you're actually building something. So you do not want to leave a gap opened because it just looks horrible. And you want to be able to do it this way. And this is super simple. And like I said, if I was doing a medieval build or anything like that, I will actually show you that as well. It's a little bit different way of building. But as I said before, I'm only doing a creative slash survival. So, I mean, this is one of the simplest builds to do. But it doesn't look ugly, and it doesn't look really bad once you do it. Because like I said, once you get into the groove, I can make, like I said, the top and bottom look exactly the same with the beveled windows and stuff like that. But when you actually look at a regular house, in most cases, even some of the old classic build houses, you do not get get exactly the same thing from the top to the bottom. Especially if you're living in older communities and stuff like that, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Now I can actually move this by one in, so actually it looks better. This just looks a little bit off because it doesn't look centered to me. Thanks to OCD and all that other stuff, and it's got to be done like that. So now I can take this one down. Now I could do a little bit of a dress up on this by putting blocks across here and basically make this look absolutely different if I really wanted to. But I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to do something simple and be able to do it from there. Now, this is filled in here and do it this way. No. You see, something is a little bit off, a little bit miss. I know what it is. It's the. Oh, I know what. It's the end there. There we go. And this is not the best build that I can do, but it's the fastest one I can do in survival. Now, once I get that done, I've got that. Now, I want to switch over to using my wood. And now you see exactly what I'm going to be doing with the wood itself, as I did in the other video. Now I'm basically showing a complete build. So, yeah, it's a lot of commentary for this because I will explain why. Because of the fact that you can easily make a mistake in this build or anything. like I just made a mistake here because this is too low. This I just made a mistake just to show you. This is way too low for what I'm going to be doing because this is going to be touching off this block here, which I just covered up just to show you. So that means I've got to go up one more. That's why I said if it's no commentary, no nothing to explain what to do, you'll actually start making little mistakes. And if you're making these little mistakes, it just looks horrible at the end, and you do not want to spend that much time to actually build this darn thing because it's that simple. And you don't need no redstone, you don't need no nothing. It's just that, yeah. So I need to go up one more on each side. And I'll show you what this does. So now when I go to put this in, and I'm not too much worried about the sides itself as much, but I want to be able to make sure it's high enough away from what I'm going to be doing, because now I can basically, actually I'm going to make this a little bit higher, because what I'm going to be doing with this on the top side, I'm going to be doing this, so I don't want everything to be running together. It's just going to look awful, and if it's going to look awful, it's not going to work. But as you see, now it's starting to look like a house. Simple. Yeah. So I'm going to go up. I'm going to go up 2 more, I think. So I want to make sure I've got enough clearance. That's the thing. If you don't have enough clearance in this build, then it's just going to look horrible. And if it's going to look horrible, it's going to... Anyone's got really serious OCD or anything, it's just going to basically trigger them massively. And this is something you don't want to be doing because, like I said, it's just one of those things. Okay, so this is high enough now to basically to make your ceiling. So before you even start putting in the walls, you can actually go along and start doing this way. As long as you got enough clearance with everything. Now, I'll show you exactly what I mean. You got to make sure you got enough clearance for every single step that you're doing. If you don't, it just looks awful. And you don't want to be running the stuff together. I love doing differential in colors because of the fact that if you get swap colors, that means it's like painting a picture. If you get the same color over and over and over, it doesn't look like a picture anymore. It just looks like a big huge blob of paint. And that's something like I learned how to do. Like, I mean, I've been playing Minecraft for 8 years, and for little bits of information into making a quick build, yeah, this is basically a pretty quick build itself, and I find it very useful, especially if I'm making, like I said, the survival world or whatever. And it basically, it's a curb appeal a little bit, and it's also a little bit aesthetically pleasing. So you're not basically wasting your time doing nothing. Now, if you're doing this in survival, you want to make sure you get the walls done by now. But I'm just skipping that little tiny bit for now because of the fact that I'm in creative. I can actually fix that, but you want to do that beforehand because you do not want to be jumping between the walls and stuff like that, or even the floors. trying to do this because it's a pain, especially when you got to use dirt blocks and stuff like that because you're dealing with height, and it's just a lot more time consuming. Another little trick too you can actually do with this is uh, just say, how can I say it? Put in a little bit of um, staircase or something like that between the walls, because you make it'd be a lot easier to get up and down. Well, this is just built so far. There's no windows, no doors so far, and there's no redecoration yet, but I'm getting there. Like, if you like this video so far, guys, just don't forget to subscribe and basically comment if you like what you're seeing, and basically leave a like as well, because that'll tell me if I'm doing a good job, bad job, or whatever the case may be. Um, yeah. don't worry about it. I will be building something in the back in a little bit. I'm just trying to get the aesthetics down first in the front. Because as you can see right now, with the windows and stuff like that, and it doesn't look too bad yet. But it's getting there. And if you look at the my PC videos, you'll see this build is well completed already. I'm just showing you how to build it so you can actually build it on your own. Usually in survival, this build usually takes me 2 hours. There's a reason for that. And it's just because of the fact that it's a little bit detailed for survival. Also, it's like, I mean, it's got a little bit of curb appeal. It also gives a lot of space. Like, people making really huge builds and stuff like that. Like I said, if you're traveling the world, I never make huge builds. Not really, really big. I don't mind making like a beginning building. So if I go to move, I'm gonna take my resources with me, but I'm not going to go along and worry about too much of anything else. When it comes to that, now I'll show you exactly. La, la, la. That's the roof. That's that. Now I'll show you exactly what I mean. If I really wanted to, I can actually come out with this window here like that and move the window over one. But I'm not going to do that because I'll show you exactly the reason why I'm going to be doing that in a second, and why I'm not going to do that. Because this, to me, it doesn't matter about what's happening on the top so much. Oh, and like I said, setting is in a real house. You want to have windows. Go. No, there, like that. Now it's trying to come together a little bit more. And I want to be able to do it this way. Now, like I said, you can use the small flower pots in the front, or you can do other things in the front if you would like to do so. That's all up to you. Now that's the windows. That's the door. Now, choice of door. Well, actually, if you wanted to, you could use the oak door, or you can use the jungle spruce if you like. If you like that type of design and that color. Acacia looks like you're actually living in prison. I don't use that, but just because of what it has. If I was going to make a Chinese style house, I use the birch door because it looks like it has the paper mesh, and it looks really nice that way. But of course, I'm not going to be making one of those today. Now I'm going to actually use. Nope, I'm not going to use the acacia as I just said. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Yes. I'm going to use this one because it looks like more inviting. There we go. We've got a little bit of a window there. So you can actually look out through your door as well. Now, and then I want to do the same thing with the top. Now, what am I going to do here? Well, I'm going to make a floor. La 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 la. Now, I'm going to make a floor out of spruce. I'm going to use some spruce lee for in here because it is just spruce. I want to have the floor. I'm not too much worried about the floors matching the outside as much. Now I could use a different color to basically do the differential, but I'll show you exactly how much space you got in here once this is actually done. I don't have the carpet done yet. I don't have nothing done. So the carpet usually takes a little bit of time to do, just because. Oh. You gotta remember, guys, too, as well, if you're basically building anything, you gotta remember an odd equals an even. That means you got a 13, 15, 17, so on and so forth. It'll always equal to mean even at the end because you're dealing with the sides. You gotta remember, you're dealing with 4 sides above a block. So you'll be able to do it, and like I said, it's not like the real world building where you can actually cut off like a half an inch and do it that way. So it's a lot, like I said, it's a little different that one. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a double thing on this. Now this place doesn't look like much yet, but you'll see when I get it done. I hate doing this in creative because it just kind of like defeats the purpose. But it's the only way I can actually show this build quick enough instead of me taking like 2 or 3 hours in survival. It's a lot faster with a lot of other people because if you get a lot of supplies, you can smack at buildings similar to this and be able to actually do it that way. And I was like doing 2-layered houses, all because of the fact that if you get some valuables, you can put your valuables upstairs. It makes it a heck of a lot easier. Now, suggestion is, I would never, if I got griefers in my world or anything like that, I would not put this in my spawn point because of that reason. Unless you get the world closed off to the public, and yeah. But you do not want to put this much time and effort into a house or anything like that, or into a build, and just have somebody else to go along and grief on you. It's just like, no. Like I said, I can do underground bunkers too with switches and stuff like that. I'm used to doing that. But this is one of the easiest things to do at the beginning. So, yeah. So I'm going to do here. I'm just going to go and take this to the center, click. And I'm going to make a second patio here. So I'm just going to look at this. And that shelf. I don't need the second patio really, but it allows me to watch the world go by in survival. So I don't have to worry about as much of anything. Because it keeps me away from creepers and stuff like that, and I can use this balcony as basically a shooting range, and basically to keep all the creepers away. Okay, that's big enough. Now I'm going to go back into the front. I'm going to finish off this aesthetics here, which is going to be very easy to do. I'm going to close the door here. But also going to raise these windows by 1 square because it doesn't look right, because of the fact that there's no window to actually go that low in reality itself. So I can actually heighten that up by 1, give it a little bit more of a windowsill. That looks better aesthetically. Now the top and bottom looks exactly the same. So now what we're going to do is grab some flowers. Now flowers. I'm going to grab some flowers here. I can use some crimson roots. I can use some alum. I'm going to use some alum for this build. Now put some flowers in here. Could only do more. I'd be doing perfect, but and that's the alum. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually cut this out again a little bit more. I'm going to do something a little bit different here. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to use some leaves. I'm also going to use some leaves. What type of leaves? Oak leaves. Which one does look a little bit more lush? Jungle leaves. Acacia. Dark oak leaves. I think for edging I'm going to actually use this. So I'm going to go along and put this on the edge of my thing here. So I'm going to give it a little bit of greenery. This is why I said I cut this piece out to do it this way. See, you've basically got to plan ahead for everything that you're doing. So if you're thinking about, like I said, doing decoration, you can actually do it this way. Then you can actually go and put this right to almost to the front there, but you want to leave one gap between, and do it this way. Voila! Now I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna leave one gap there, one gap there. Then I can actually go along and use my spruce slabs again. And this time I'm gonna go along and make a stairwell or step. Voila! So I'm gonna go along and do it this way. Move. Remove all this crap right in front of my door. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're actually in a survival world, you don't have to do digging like this. But since this is an ultra flat and I'm doing detail, it's just one of those impervious things that is. But even if you do this, like build exactly the same way in a survival world, and you got to do some digging, you can go ahead and do that, because I mean, who not needs the extra dirt, right? And it's great for gardening too, of course. And now I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna cut this right around the house. Here's at least half of the way it is. See, the thing is, people forget about little tiny details. I mean, little tiny details. Like, how a house looks like on the outside, to the inside, to the front, to the back. Like, I mean, I never seen a house yet that had no backyard. Well, there is a house that there was no backyard, but I mean, you're usually sharing your backyard with your neighbor at home. But in some cases, unless you're in a sky-rise building or something like that, or in a great city, almost every house got a backyard, front yard, and also got like fencing, decorative, whatnot. And if I really wanted to get really fancy with this, I could get really fancy with the front. The front is what I'm worried about the most. Now I'm gonna go along and change, since this looks all the same, I'm gonna change this block here. There's a reason for that, because it looks too of the same. Like, I mean, there's no transition. So I'm gonna go along and take this out, and I'm going to use I'm not gonna use firm. Nope. I'm going to use spruce, which I love when it comes to it, because I'll show you the reason why in a second. And you want to use spruce logs, or any type of log that you like to use. I like the spruce log because it makes it look like a little bit more natural, and it doesn't matter what pack you're using, it still looks natural. So, like, I mean, it's just one of those things, because you look at the grains in it. I always look for aesthetic things, more so. So this is the house so far. A little bit of decoration. Not quite finished yet, though. Now, if this is too blendy, you can always go with a lighter bit of wood. Now I'll show you exactly what I mean. You can go with stripped oak log, or you don't want to go with zebra. And yes, I'm going to call birch log zebra because it's black and white. But I'm looking for, I'm just going to say dark oak. I was going to swap that out, because it will basically keep my aesthetic. So if I'm going to go along and use that, it'll go along and switch it to this. Oops. Come on. Nope. Straight down. There we go. It'll give me a darker color, which is really nice. Boom, boom. Darker color on the inside and lighter on the bark, so it doesn't look so blendy. And you got to remember, these houses do not use redstone. You can put redstone into it, but you got to make it a little bit bigger, and for light switches and stuff like that. But you know, it's just a simple build for survival. And at the very beginning, you're not going to have redstone anyway, so it's just like, whoops. Yeah. Now we go, and almost done. Now, if I really wanted to do a little bit more decoration on top of that, I could do that with the front. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch to stone and cobblestone and do it that way. So I'm going to make a path in front of here. Now, this is a lot of switching blocks right now. So I'm going to use the cobblestone slabs. Now I can actually go along and do it this way. This is what it is. I'm going to make this to a walkway. Now, if I wanted to get it to make it look a little bit more aged, I could use like the mossy stone and mix it together and do it that way. But I'm not going to do that today. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I want for this to go to 7. Reason being, I want to do more decoration. This is shits and giggles. Now, how do you stop creepers and stuff like that from destroying your building? Well, you put fencing and stuff like that, or even cactus on the outside of your defenses. So that's another little trick as well. So what I'm going to do here is I want to be able to make a I want to be able to do it this way. Let me see. I can do it that way and make wall. So I'm going to go along and go boop. Now, go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to make it the other one the same way. And what am I doing here? Well, simple. You'll see in a second. Now I can make this place 4 times the size by going either side, put a little bit more decoration, around the window. But as I said before, this is only for survival. Now, nope. I'm gonna move this in by 1. And this is only a simple build. Pause. There is more technical builds out there, but you know, go along and do it this way because I want to be able to push this out this way a little bit more. I want to make this work there. There, whoops, and right there, no, that's going to be an odd number, that'd be an odd to make it even, so, go 1, whoops, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and like that. Do the same thing over here. So 1, 2, 3. Move this one in by 1. 1, 2, 3. No. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There. You're gonna try to ask me why am I doing this? Well, I'll show you in a second. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm going to do a cobblestone in the middle. Now I'm only doing this for this height for measurement, so I know exactly what I'm doing. And then I'm going to lower it after. So I got that to work that way. And I've got that to work that way. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to try to do it this way. See if I can make these tucked in a little bit more. Let's see if I can actually do it this way. If the game allows me to do it, that is. I don't know. I can drop this down by 2. And actually, I do an even fancier one than that, but I'm not going to do that right now. Because I don't have enough room in the front. I'm not going to make enough room in the front. I need a bucket of water. Water. Maybe two. Bucket. Bucket. And we're going to do here to see if this actually works with nope, it's not going to work with that little boy. Alright, that's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is take this out and lower it by 1. No, there we go. Works. Isn't. That means take off that top piece, which is not a problem. There we go, that works. And it's just using it around. I'm just basic, as I said before, I'm just doing a simple build. Survival. Now, for the inside, for the flooring, well, I want to have this door up 1 extra blocks. Oh, what I'm going to do with this one is put this up an extra block, because now I'm going to be able to do the flooring and be able to start with that. Now, what do I want really? Okay, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to change the settings here. I'm going to change it to daylight only, and I'm going to actually do it that way. I do not know why it's perpetually dark. Okay. Cheats. I'm going to say always day. Click. Like that. Slide it over there. Now that looks a bit better. Now, once is always day. Once I get this floor done, I'm not going to leave here until I get it done. So, I could do it by carpet. I could do it by andesite. Some people don't like the look of andesite, no matter how you look at it. But I use andesite as a cheat because it looks like a black and white carpet. Now in the city pack, it looks completely different. Same with the iron and stuff like that. It looks different. But let me see, what can I do here? What to do? Flooring. I could use copper if I wanted to. I can use a copper base. I can use lapis. I'm looking at stuff that's really easy to get in survival. Lapis is kind of easy to get, but you don't get enough to make a floor. Copper, you can do it, but it just looks awful. Quartz, you're not going to have it right away. So let me see here. What to use? Well, I know I could use the dark prismarine for flooring, like for a washroom or something like that for dark green, but I'm not going to do that just yet, or I might not do it at all. But I'm looking at chiseled. Nope, I'm not looking for chiseled. I'm looking for. Oh, I'm not looking for that section. I'm looking for this section. Lapis lazuli. I'm not going to make it little slime blocks because that'd be kind of stupid. Let me see here. Gold in it. I could use red sandstone only if you're by a terracotta zone. You're not always going to be by a terracotta. By the time you get there, you already build your second base, blah blah blah, and then that's just a waste. So let me see here. I could use stone. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a wood floor, but I'm going to offset it a little bit. Wood is so easy, much easier to do. So I'm going to go along and use birch my floor. So what I'm going to do is just fill this in with birch. You son of a birch. And I just noticed something that's going to be really annoying. And these windows here, I'm going to bottom up one. All because, if I can, I don't think I can now. Oh, no, screw that. So let's think about something else. So think about how low-lying these windows is to the floor. But, oh, I know how to fix that. Aha! Actually, I can't fix that because it's not going to allow me to place chest. Okay. Just don't place nothing in front of it. should have looked at it, but that's fine. I get away with that. And this is such a pain to do, especially when you're dealing with Windows. Okay, that's that. Now, if you haven't noticed how much space you got in here, now it doesn't look like a lot of space on the outside, but think about it this way, okay? I'm going to actually put a window in here for the back. So put in exactly equal to either side, like that. I can bring this up higher. So I'm gonna do it this way. There we go. And now I can, oops, I made a mistake. Calculation wrong. But I can fix that mistake. Even in survival custom, fixing mistakes, it's got that. As long as you don't use the wrong block. Windows. That perfect. No, that's the back, front. Now we can do the top. It's in the way, but I want to have bigger windows on the top than what I got on the bottom. I want to do a reverse, all because if I wake up in the morning, I want to grab as much sunlight as possible. But before I do that, I want to be able to go along and make a room. So I'm going to go along and make a room in the opposite side. So I'm going to fill this in again. I want to make up a bedroom to this side. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Might need to go. I need to go straight to. Let me see. I could do it that way. Now, if you're wondering about the ceiling and doing the ceiling itself, I'll show you exactly how to cover that. So you'll be able to actually do it this way. Let me see. I'm looking for planks. No, planks, slabs. So I want to have the ceiling. I don't want to have the ceiling matching my walls, no. But I can use birch for that. Again. And now I'll show you a little trick here. Now I want to be able to do just enough cover because I don't want to look at the ceiling. I want to get rid of this ceiling completely because it's just one of those things. Now I'm going to switch over to my brick. I love using brick, but it's what it is. It's what it is. So I'm going to use this. So I'm going to count out 3 square. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you're trying to figure out what I'm doing this for, what I'm going to do, even better yet, I'm going to make it look as aesthetic as possible. I'm going to go along and make one outside. Actually, I can make 2 outside if I really wanted to. I guess that will make it look like it's standing at like the old-fashioned houses. Click, click, click. Go. And I can go one out. I go straight down to the bottom. Now I don't need to fill this in completely. I'll show you exactly what this does aesthetically. Now usually I make rooms a little bit wider because I can fit the whole entire thing inside of a room. But yeah. Now I gotta remove this part of the roof, which is fine. What I'm going to do is come in by 2 and leave this open here just to have out. Yeah, like I said, this is a lot of detail for somebody just building something in survival, but I love detail. It's just one of those things. It's one of my pet peeves in here, because it makes the game a lot so boring. Because you're thinking, oh, what does my neighbor's house look like? What does the what is the staple around me? What can I do? How can I change anything? And this is exactly what I normally do. Try to change it up as much as I can and make it look completely different. Now I can actually make this one more. Now I can put this anywhere in the house itself, it doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is take off one side first, and I'm going to do I'll be able to find it quick enough this way. So I'm going to go here I am. Right, you want to do a regular old Joe of campfire. Now with saying that, you can place it right into there like that, and then just cover it up. I gotta fix that roof later, but I'm not gonna worry about that. That's only one other block. Whoops. Now it's all where keep going. No. Get back upstairs. Open this door here. Now I got everything done that way. So now, aesthetically pleasing, I can actually do it this way. And of course, you want to do this with fire spreads off, because you don't want to burn your house down because you're using so much wood. But here, there we go. Oh, now we got a fireplace. Now I just cover this in like that, and voila. Now we're gonna go along and use the planks again. Not planks, but slabs. I'm going to go back to birch, because they have a transition. Now I might have to remove that window because then it's going to be in my way. it's fine. I'm just going to drop it down by one level and do it that way. Actually, I don't even need a window up here because I already got windows in the front. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Alright, what I'm going to do is just fill this in to that. And okay, I've got a problem here, but that's easy to fix. Can drop those windows one by one. You gotta remember, when you start building houses like this, you just do measurements of your doors and your windows. Once you get your doors and windows completed, you'll be able to go from there. To do survival house. Now, I'm not saying you should go to this detailed into survival. That's up to you. If you like the aesthetics itself, go for it. If not, you don't have to. I'm not going to complete the build fully, but I'll show you how much space you got from just doing this. and like I said, a little bit of curb appeal. But it's not the best build itself, but it's very easy to build in survival. I build this quite often in survival and other people's worlds because, okay, the thing is, if you got creepers and stuff like that too, in most cases, you basically be able to replace your stuff really quick. But if you got creepers going into your main spawn point, you should actually move out of the main spawn point because it's just one of those things. But anyways, basically just finishing up here. Like I said, if you guys just like the build itself, you can always leave a like, comment on it, do whatever. Like I said, I'll be doing a lot more tutorials as I'm going for survival because I love survival. There is, like, I mean, if I was using on PC, I could use World Edit and do a lot nicer building and survival. But of course, I'm not using World Edit here. I'm actually doing block by block by block. Yes, I could use the Word Edit here, but I would lose the trophies and stuff like that. Anyway, this is basically the build, and this is how simple it is. And I'll show you exactly what it looks like on the inside for space, and you'd be surprised how much space. Now, when you need access to the top, you make a spiral staircase, and I'll show you how to do one of these right quick. So I'm going to pop this. Oh, no, I can't put one there. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the other side. Okay, I'm going to pop this here, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go right against the back wall here. 6, right. So what I'm going to do is start off with slabs. Now it's slabs. I got to stop staying slabs. No, let me think. Looking for something. I'm looking for something. I can't find it. Yay! Oh yeah, slabs. Here we go. So I want to be able to make a staircase. Okay, I'm gonna use some spruce wood. Actually, no. I could make a jungle. Make a dark oak. I'm gonna use some dark oak for this. So you build this. See what I'm doing? Okay. What you want to do is start off 1 block, then go to 1 block, then heighten by 1, and then go by another 1, and just keep on repeating the same process. Now, the thing is, you don't have it too spaced out now. See, normally what I do is make a measurement like this, and go straight up with it. So, if I go straight up like this, I can actually make a perfect, good staircase. I don't have to keep it there. I can make that floating if I want. Now, this is a problem with staircases. See, I can't get up there. So how to fix that is bring this one back 1, and bring this one up 1, this one up 1, and then go click, click, and that will fix. That should fix the problem. Okay. Okay, I made a mistake here someplace. There we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, the next block would be shorten that. Put that higher, like so. There we go, and that works. See what? Nope, stopped there. So we got one more. No, I could go straight up. Perfect. Now, put this there. Put that one there. That one there. That one there. And then just fill in the floor so you don't have a gap in the floor. fill in that much to that point. Now if you got a problem here, you just take that one out and leave it that way. Now you got a spiraling staircase that takes up very little room, and voila, and that is the upstairs. Now you got access to downstairs and upstairs. Now I gotta go back to wood, and I gotta go back to slabs. I've also gotta go back to oak. Because now I want to do this the correct way, because I don't want it to be, oops, wrong ones. Okay. Spruce, I think it's spruce Lee is all I'm using. Yep, there we go. A little bit more spruce Lee. Then everything's matching with the floor from the top to bottom. Staircase works perfect. Perfect. There we go. Let's go in to the room. Partially decorate it. You can do a little bit more decoration if you like. But all this space here is plenty for survival. Then you've got all your space in the bottom for your enchantment tables, your boxes, you name it. You can put a lot of stuff down here. And in most cases with this type of build, you can make the windows a little higher, a little bit longer, a little bit whatever. Depends on what you're doing. But this is pretty much a quick build of a survival world. Instead of basically making multiple buildings, this one will actually do fine. You can actually make a underground base from this, and so on and so forth. In most cases, this build does not get griefed, and if it does, it's very easy to replace. And basically, it's what it is. So anyway, if you like this build, which is a very simple build for survival, you can go along and basically leave a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Like I said, subscribe to my channel. That's even better again, because you basically help me support me and do what I do. So basically, like I said, just keep healthy, have fun doing what you're doing, and hopefully catch you in the next one. Peace out, guys. Have fun.